Well, good morning and welcome to my Saturday morning's job, which is cleaning the cattle out in front of the barriers of our latest batch of microbial material for compost. It's something we do where we actually put biochar and wood fines into the mix it up, put it in front of the barriers, so the cows always have a clean bed, but by the end of the week it needs to be replaced. So it's my Saturday morning's job every Saturday to do that. However, I look at it as I am just doing the work you need to do for our microbial factory, where we produce all the microbes we need to take our farm to the next level as far as regenerative farming goes. It's a bit like, as I've been on this journey for the last 3 years and starting to understand everything in more detail, then I realise how far off the piece that we gone in farming in the last 100 years. Because, or maybe 200 years, who knows, because I don't think I think it all started in the 1920s when they invented the ability to produce artificial fertilizer. Unfortunately, that circumnavigated the fungal microbes, which sort of probably decimated them. And from that point on, we've been relying on nitrogen to grow our crops. Yes, it had a massive effect on the impact, but at that time there wasn't enough understanding of how you can use microbes to enhance your crop production. I just feel it's what we've seen, or what I've seen personally, is it's blown my mind away. I could not. But if you had said to me 3 years ago that you'd be seeing the results we're seeing now, I would have said you're having a laugh. I mean, we've just gone through our longest winter we've had in my memory. We housed at the beginning of November, and we aren't going to be turning out until close on the end of April. And in all the previous 10 years, we have run out of fodder or had to buy it in round about end of March, beginning of April. So, but this year, which is the first year we've actually had 3 years in, is the first year we actually had enough rainfall for us to really get the microbiology working in the field that we've been working on. We've like I say, we housed in November. We kept all our young stock back. We didn't sell any. We normally sell 50% to try and balance our feed book, so we have enough to get through the winter. And yeah, we have still got fodder left. But what I found interesting was it was not only the volume of fodder we had, it was how well the stock did on it. We've actually had to cut the feed back quite a lot from what we've normally fed, probably 20%. Because they were getting too fat, or certainly the sucklers were. I mean, young stock, they've had as much as they can eat, but and they're doing very well. So it just reinforces me again how we can, with this biochar enhanced microbial solution, which is basically taking everything that we know about in regenerative farming and giving it a bit and sort of turbocharging it, because the biochar actually, I believe, just makes the process faster, which is, yeah, what we need. So when you get back to what we're doing now, it is literally it's a way for us to produce our own fertilizer, utilizing our own cows and our own, and very, very little, well, virtually no external energy. Yeah, we use a bit of diesel to do what I'm doing now, but the actual process of doing it has no side effects. People will argue that you have methane and ammonia emissions. Well, I can tell you I'm doing this and I can smell nothing. And that's either my nose has gone and got completely used to it, or what I know to be the fact that no one else can smell it is that the biochar locks up the methane and certainly locks up the ammonia. And because you lock up the ammonia, then you reduce the ammonia emissions totally. Good morning. Another cup of tea in your hand. Heading off with it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So biochar I am 100% convinced biochar will be the key element to agriculture becoming net zero, probably in half the time of what we are projected to do. And I am absolutely sure we could meet our net zero targets in agriculture and exceed them without having to plant a single tree. Because literally every 0.5% of organic matter you build up in the soil, or organic carbon, gives you 10, well actually 0.5% gives you 20 tonne an acre of carbon capture. If you expedite that across the world's agricultural land, that works out to something like 39 billion tonnes of CO2 capture capability of the soil, and that's every year for at least 5 to 10 years. So you can see, if the world, which is hypothetical, obviously because you can't produce enough plants to produce the biochar, but hypothetically, because of the speed that it works, if the world could hook onto this and get 100% on bringing the microbial, follow our journey basically on what we've done with the microbes, nothing clever, just follow our journey, you will, you could totally eliminate all our CO2 capture requirements. But hey, that's a bit too simple, really, so I can't really see it happen. But that said, one of the nice things about this, we are farming more profitably with less problems, the land's more resilient, so I am fundamentally a happy farmer, and we've just discovered something that works for us, and I am convinced can work for everybody. And as such, our stress of life has gone away. We've got happier cows, everything's easy, nature takes care of it. We had the worst winter we've got on record, I would say, at the moment for water. We'll have a look up in the field sometime shortly. It's showed very, very little stress whatsoever. I've been driving down to London, up to Yorkshire, Manchester in the last month, and I've hardly seen 4 or 5 fields that are comparable to what we have. And this means to me that it's given us resilience in wet climate as well as when we have a drought. We have increased resilience, both wet and dry. We have an increased growing season because it grows longer, both in the spring and the autumn. We have increased the yields of higher quality product. We got less pests, well, we've got virtually no pests, no diseases. We've had a fantastic year. We have we've used one vial of penicillin this year, which is probably a record. It's probably reduced our antibiotic use by 75–80%. Can't say that would work everywhere, but it's working for us, so why not? Anyway, that's all for now. We've got a short video coming out explaining what I'm doing today in more detail, explaining the ins and outs and the plans and everything we do for our microbial factory. And I'm just signed up to go back to school, believe it or not, at my age. In that I signed up for the Soil Web School. It's an online school all about not so much biochar, but the microbial benefits of how you increase your microbes and look after your soil and bring your soil back to life and just enhance the whole natural process. So yeah guys, believe it or not, I'm going back to school starting on Monday. I'll see you again then.